YouTube, what's going on with y'all, man? And get into why you should not entertain low interest women. But before we get into that content, make sure y'all go subscribe to my Patreon where I do exclusive content, free one-on-one consultations, and free video responses to your questions. So that link is below. Make sure y'all go tap into that. So, on my channel, I talk about a lot of why you should date high interest women and what that looks like. But I also want to talk about why you should not date low interest women and the reasons why. We're going to dive into that. But before we do get into that, the reason why you should only deal with high interest women is because what you got, and when I say high interest, let me describe and let me get into detail what I mean by that. When I say a high interest woman, I mean a woman like when you're on a date with her, when you're around her, hanging out with her, she's enjoying herself. She doesn't seem bored. It's not like a chore for her to be around you. The energy is right. She knows how to talk. Because how many times have we seen a very pretty woman and she ain't got no type of conversation? She just think, oh, just because I look good and I got something fat back here, I ain't got to do nothing else. So I want y'all to think about that, because that's not a high interest woman. Even if you get her out on a date, that's not high interest. So this is why I'm going to discuss the low interest so you know what to look out for. The first sign of a low interest woman would be like in person, if you kind of feel like you got to pull teeth, right? So what I mean by that is the conversation is dry, or she's not really giving you no energy. Like you almost sometimes kind of feel like you got to prove yourself. Like she kind of questions everything you do. Like, why do you do that? Why do you do this? And it's just like she's not vibing out. It's almost like this negative cloud that you can feel, like she just want to drain your energy. So a lot of times you can feel this with a woman. Like they rather be anywhere else. Like y'all know that feeling. Like they rather be anywhere else. They're on their phone a lot, or they're there, but it just doesn't seem like they're interested in what you gotta say. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like they're just there filling up time and they're not really interested. And a lot of men, we deal with that. And when you notice that, or when you peep that, that should definitely be the last time that you kick it with that woman. Because what's gonna happen is over time, you're gonna feel the need to make up conversation and do all these different things. And now you're getting into prove yourself mode. The thing is, it shouldn't have to be like that. Like a woman, when she's with you, she should wanna make conversation. She should be asking you questions. It should be fun. If you feel like it's a chore to hang out with somebody, that should let you know where her interest is at. If you got to make up all the conversation and do all that, and you feel like it's just, all these little periods of time where there's no conversations, y'all don't really have the same interest, that's when you know it's time to go. Another sign of low interest is when a woman is not even communicating with you between dates. Now, I can understand after the first date if you don't hear from her, but if y'all done been out a couple times and she's not hitting you up at all, that's a red flag. That's what we call the signs of a structured woman. She wants you to do all the pursuing, all the chasing. She wants you to prove yourself, because what happens is, first of all, a woman already knows if she's interested in you. So if she's not hitting you up at all between dates, but then if you hit her up, she agrees to the date, that's medium interest. And I just don't do medium interest. And again, what I want you dudes to understand is when I say high interest, I don't mean a woman is gonna come, flying through the roof to be with you initially, because sometimes a woman's interest can be just above medium, but you can tell that she's interested in getting to know you, that she's not playing games. Another thing that y'all got to look out for is any woman that's playing games. And when I say playing games, meaning like you may hit them up, they hit you back, and then you don't hear from them for like 10 hours, one word answer. Any type of those hot, cold games where you feel like, man, like she was just texting me, now I don't hear from her, and she just removed her attention. Anytime you kind of feel like there's games being played, and it could be anything, right? Maybe you call her and she never calls you back. You hit her up and text her, say, hey, can we meet this weekend? And she hits you with the, oh, I gotta check my schedule, but she don't give you a counter offer. That's low interest, because is she gonna do that to Drake? Is she gonna do that to Breezy? Is she gonna do that to Future Vandross? No. So those would be signs of low interest anytime she's playing games, because in my experience, women that are feminine and women that know what they want, they don't play games. They're very, and I'm not gonna say they're direct as like A, B, C, D. What I'm saying is they're not gonna put obstacles in your way. So any woman that's putting obstacles in your way is low interest. You know, and also too, this might be like a sidebar, but also how I see low interest, any woman who just knows how to have surface level conversations. If they can't have deeper level conversations and it's just very surface when you're around her, or you know, it's no substance, or y'all can't really vibe out, you know what I'm saying? And you know, just have conversations that you're on the same level, that's low interest. That's low interest because I can't see this going any further than where we're at right now. So to me, just being able to pay attention to a woman, how is she showing up? What's her body language, right? Or like when she's with you, what is she doing? Is again, like I said earlier, she asking questions or is she not asking questions? Is she engaged? She always on her phone? Those are things you got to be able to pay attention to. Those are the subtle signs that's going to let you know. You know, another sign is a woman that the only time you can see her is if you taking her somewhere. That's low interest. Because a woman that has high interest in you eventually, or real interest, genuine interest, eventually she'll come over to your crib. But any woman that you gotta take her out until y'all get married or any kind of rules, she gotta go. That's low interest. High interest does not mean that she's gonna start off at a level 10 and already in love with you. You know what I'm saying? When I mean high interest, I mean to me, high interest is not putting obstacles in your way. If it's a first date and you say, hey, let's go meet at this smoothie spot, and she's not willing to do that and she wants you to take you on a dinner date, that's low interest. High interest to me is any woman that is reciprocating. Reciprocation is the high interest. So high interest is when she's reciprocating. So if you say, hey, let's go get the smoothie, she's down for it. And then after the date, she may hit you with a good morning, I hope you enjoy your day a couple of days later. That's high interest. It may not be high interest in the moment in the sense of what y'all thinking, but to me, high interest is somebody that's not putting obstacles in your way. They're actually reaching out. They're making it easy for you because they actually want to see you and they want to be in your life. That's high interest. Because to me, high interest is all about the effort. What's the woman's effort like? That's what you got to pay attention to. The lower the effort, the lower the interest. Higher the effort, the higher the interest. You got to look at the actions. So, and that's the whole point I want to get over to y'all. It's about looking at the woman's actions, how she's showing up. Because at the end of the day, when you're dealing with low interest women, it's going to cause you a headache. Because you're going to have to chase. You're going to always have to be the one to pursue. You're going to have to always be the one to spend money. You're going to have to always be the one to set up dates. The vibe ain't going to be there. You're going to feel like you're sitting with a wall. You're not going to have fun. So that's the whole point. Because when you deal with high interest women, guys, it's so much better because it almost raises your energy. It's like icing on a cake. You can have fun with them. They make your life easy. They invest into you. They're very feminine. You know what I'm saying? They're not difficult. They don't put obstacles in your way. And those are the reasons why you want to deal with high interest women. But if any of these signs that I just mentioned in this video come up, it's low interest, man. So, guys, that's my video for today, man. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel. Guys, make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gone.